Hey guys, here's your journal for this week. This we've already talked some about, and you should already have some examples. It could really go under whole number operations. It could go under decimals. It could go under fractions, because we're going to include all of those when it comes down to working with order of operations. But we're going to put this journal, behind our whole number operations, because for the most part that's what we're going to see in our order of operations. So I want you to title your page Order of Operations. This week's is not interactive. We'll see if my battery has enough juice to let me finish this video. Okay. You should already have this somewhere in your journal, but we're going to write it again, and then we're going to do some things that go with it. So I want you to write a G, an E under that, an M, and a D next to each other, and then an A and an S. Ooh, there's a gnat in here. Okay. So it should look like this so far. Now, what does our G stand for? It stands for grouping symbols. These must go first. These are the guards. Grouping symbols. And I want you to draw some examples. Parentheses, brackets, and then over here I'm going to do braces. They're a little harder to draw. I can always do the one on the right better. Okay. Next, we're going to move down. The E stands for exponents. I'm going to write that over here. Exponents. Okay, we won't see these in 5th grade, but we have to still go through that step. So I'm just going to write an example of what that would look like. This tiny little number is the exponent. We still need to go through those steps. Okay, the M and the D. Multiply and divide. All right, this is the strong team. That was Colby that just tried to sneak into this video. Want to say hi, Dublé?
Hello.
Okay, this is the strong team. They have to go first. Do you need to write that in your journal? If you do, write it. The only time the strong team doesn't go first is if the guards are there. If the grouping symbols are there to protect the weak team, that's when they can go first. So let's write that. This is the weak team. We know this is the weak team. And this is add and subtract. And if you need that reminder, right goes last. Okay, so now we have all of our little notes for what GEMDAS stands for. A couple notes that I want you to add. The strong team and the weak team have to go in the lineup. You can't change the coach's lineup. So I want you to write that tip. Just because on here we have adding written first doesn't mean adding has to go first. Add and subtract play for the same team. If the coach says that subtraction goes first, then subtraction has to go first. You know that from left to right. If you need to write that, write that. Left to right. Draw an arrow if you have trouble remembering your directions. The strong team and the weak team have to go in the lineup. The only time the lineup changes is if the guards are there, if the grouping symbols are protecting. Make sure you show me when you're done. Make sure you do your practice.